A local mom locked up this morning accused of causing the crash that killed her 3-year-old child. 5 other children inside that vehicle were also injured.
I am honored to make the motion to close this convention so that we can go and kick some.
An often raucous Republican nominating convention comes to a fiery close. The GOP ticket now set as we count down to November.
And expect another hot and humid day to round out the weekend. There could also be some showers on our horizon as well. But will they start on your Sunday, or do you have to wait till the start of the work week? Brian's got the answer coming up.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News Today starts right now.
Well, good morning. It's 8 o'clock. I'm Grant Herms.
And I'm Priya Mann. Thanks for joining us for Local 4 News Today. So what number are we on?
This is only 2 today.
Oh, that's not bad.
I know. I'm cutting back. I'm trying to cut back a little bit.
Did you have one at home before you walked in?
I did. I did. I always have a little shot of espresso before I come in.
So did you have a little pep in your step?
I did, but the weather helped. It was so nice this morning. Yeah.
Brian, no complaints here about the weather this morning.
No, not at all, Grant and Priya. This morning was one of those mornings where you could have that cup of coffee outside because it is still on the refreshing side of things with plenty of sunshine. Right now, Tower Cam and Mount Clemens, good morning to you. Plenty of sunshine as you're checking in there early this morning, as well as here in downtown Detroit. The sun behind one of the buildings here early this morning, but a little bit of high cloud cover around as well. Temperatures also starting to warm into the 50s and lower 60s for most everyone. Checking in at 64 right now here in Detroit, 59 Ann Arbor, 57 right now working into Port Huron, and 59 right now working over into Adrian. Most everyone else 50s and 60s heading out this morning. 56 right now in Sandusky, 68 in Lapeer, 61 in Pontiac, and 61 this morning checking in with us over in Howe. We have had, I should say, a little bit of that high cloud cover moving in overnight last night into early this morning, but I'm still anticipating lots of sunshine today. We're into the low 80s by lunchtime, upper 80s for a daytime high this afternoon before thunderstorms move in tomorrow. Some of those could be strong to severe. The details in your full 4-1 forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Brian. A mother from Inkster is expected to face charges following a deadly crash that happened with 6 children in the car.
It happened around 2:30 Saturday morning at the intersection of 8 Mile and Inkster Road. The kids are between the ages of 8 months and 10 years old. Sadly, a 3-year-old child was killed in that crash. Our Megan Woods has the latest on the investigation.
Police believe alcohol was a factor in this crash. They're also saying that 3-year-old was not in a car seat or using any type of safety restraint. We're here on the scene of that crash where there's still so much debris on the grass, on the sidewalk, broken glass, old car parts, and surveillance video shows that SUV full of that family ended up in this bush. This is 8 Mile and Inkster. You see 2 cars driving east and westbound pass through the intersection. Then, just as another car is crossing, a vehicle going north on Inkster blows through the intersection. Both cars go spinning, one into a pole, the other into a bush. Here it is again. Police say the SUV that mother and her 6 children were in was going northbound but in the southbound lane. Alcohol is believed to be a factor. Now, a 3-year-old is dead. The preliminary investigation shows they weren't in a car seat or some sort of safety restraint. Police Chief Jeff King calls this crash horrific, and not just for that child's family.
It touches everybody involved, our officers, the medics that were on the scene, the other driver, and it just highlights and emphasizes the importance of properly utilizing restraints in the vehicle.
It also tugs at the heartstrings of people living nearby.
Yeah, that's pretty devastating. I don't like to hear anything, involving children.
Unfortunately, it's happened before. It's sad. No one knows who's going to be in the car when something like it happens.
They say there's accident after accident at this intersection.
A pickup truck that rolled over by the light, and it was me and somebody else, I don't know who it was. We had to help him out of the truck.
Even while I recently went out of town, my auntie told somebody came up on this curb, almost hit our cars.
Chief King says this is not the most dangerous intersection in the city, but they have seen numerous accidents here. He also says it's unclear what type of safety restraints the other 5 children had in that SUV. They are now with their grandparents as their mother is in custody, and it's just a sad situation all around. In Farmington Hills, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
Yeah, just so tragic. Thank you, Megan. Time now is 8:05, and alcohol may also be a factor in a crash that killed 2 people on the I-94 freeway. Police say it was a chain reaction crash involving 6 vehicles. It happened around 2:30 Saturday morning in the eastbound lanes near Mount Elliott in Detroit. The investigation shows the driver of a black Ford Fusion lost control and slammed into the center median. A second car then rear-ended the Fusion. 2 people got out of the Fusion, but a Jeep hit them. A man and a woman died, and the driver of the second car was hurt. 3 other vehicles were also involved in the crash. The driver of the Jeep was arrested for showing signs of impairment.
In decision 2022, the ticket now set for Michigan's Republican Party. The GOP held their nominating convention Saturday in Lansing. It ran 5 hours longer than scheduled because of some party infighting, and at times it got a little raucous.
Standing room only inside the Lansing Center, a raucous crowd and a day filled with party infighting and delays. The convention held up by a dispute over delegates from Macomb County, leaving little time to talk about the party's main issues like the economy, education, and crime. Finally, the candidates accepted their nominations. Matt DePerno for Attorney General, Christina Caramo for Secretary of State, both getting standing ovations. After winning, DePerno disagreed that the convention didn't go as smoothly as planned.
We've recruited a lot of new delegates, so some of them just don't understand some of the rules or the process. But once we figured out what they were trying to accomplish, I think things went very smoothly.
But the big vote, who was going to be Tudor Dixon's running mate? Her pick, and Trump-endorsed former state representative Shane Hernandez, or Dixon's former primary opponent Ralph Rebant, who threw his name in the ring last week. Ultimately, Hernandez won. After all, 2,100 secret ballot votes were counted by hand. Tudor Dixon, down by just 4 points in the most recent partisan poll, didn't address the crowd, and neither did her new running mate. Instead, it was DePerno who closed the day in fiery fashion.
I am honored to make the motion to close this convention so that we can go and kick some.
So it is now a sprint to November. The next hurdle in that race is this Wednesday, when the decision will be made whether to put the petition to make abortion a part of the state's constitution on the ballot.
Time now is 8:07, and Governor Gretchen Whitmer has lifted several fuel rules following an electrical fire at a BP refinery last week. The governor's executive order lifts the hours motor carriers and drivers can drive if carrying gas and diesel. The move also suspends some rules that will allow the state access to its fall gasoline supply early. The BP refinery in Whiting, Indiana, was taken offline following a fire Wednesday. The plant supplies up to 25% of the gasoline, jet fuel, and diesel that's used in Michigan and 3 other states. The executive order will stay in effect until at least September 15th, unless the fuel supply normalizes before then. And we're also watching the developments out of Ypsilanti, where the faculty at Eastern Michigan University is another step closer to going on strike. On Saturday, faculty union voted to give negotiators the authority to inform the administration of a possible strike if a settlement is not reached. A second vote by union members will be needed to authorize a strike. That vote came after the university made a new offer that would give full-time faculty a 2% raise each year over the next 5 years. The current contract expires at midnight Wednesday. Classes set to start tomorrow.
A Florida federal judge is indicating she was inclined to appoint a special master to review some of the documents seized by the FBI during the raid on former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. The Trump-appointed U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon did not issue a blanket order for the special master. However, she said she had a preliminary intent to do so after hearing arguments scheduled for this Thursday. Trump's legal team said the FBI search was overly broad and took documents that were attorney-client privileged. The special master would review documents for issues of privilege and not the highly sensitive records at the heart of the government's investigation.
Well, time now is 8:09, and switching gears this morning, we continue our countdown to Arts, Beats, and Eats.
And it's a big year this year. It's the 25th anniversary of the event, which kicks off next Friday and runs through Labor Day. Joining us this morning to talk live about the Eats is Luigi Cotaro from Trattoria Pizzeria de Luigi. Luigi, good morning. Thank you.
Buongiorno, Grain. Buongiorno, Priya.
Oh, I love that. Buongiorno. You know, you guys have some of the tastiest treats around. What have you cooked up for us today?
Well, we got two different tables. So we have, on this side we got our food, the regular food, pasticcio, which is baked pasta, buffalo mozzarella, seafood salad, and of course, incredible homemade tiramisu. This is what we gotta serve on our Beats and Eats. It will be meatball sandwich, sausage sandwich, Rinaldo, which is a local company, and tortellini palomino or palomina. We still don't know which one it is, palomina.
Oh, we are salivating in studio.
Yeah, some people say palomino, some people say palomina, but you know.
I mean, I'll eat it either way. It sounds good to me. So Luigi, tell me about it. It's the 25th anniversary here. What does it mean to you to be a part of such a big year for Arts, Beats, and Eats?
Well, definitely, I've been with Our Beats and Eats for over 20 years. It's probably one of the nicest, not probably, it is the nicest event in Royal Oak. I mean, with on today's budget, you know, for $10, you get to see pretty much some of the finest band. You get to see some of the best restaurant. For $10 a bargain. I mean, it's nothing better for family to come out on this event.
Oh, for sure. You've got entertainment, you've got some great vendors and food. You know, Luigi, when it comes to your menu, how do you decide what you're going to have for Arts, Beats, and Eats? I can't imagine that's an easy decision to get to.
Well, you have to have something what I call, two-hand service. You know, one hand for beverage, one hand for food. I mean, a lot of the people, they here to try, smaller portion. So, you know, you want to have something quick and easy. That's why we choose, the most well-known, sausage and paper, whatever was used for this event, it was something
all looks
quick
delicious.
and easier.
It looks delicious. We're glad that you're taking part in the event. 25 years of Arts, Beats, and Eats, and as you mentioned, one of the best events happening in Royal Oak. We've got the information up on your screen. Runs Friday through Monday, the Labor Day weekend. The hours are there as well. Free admission before 5 p.m. and of course Saturday, Sunday, Monday after 3 p.m. Admission is $5.
Awesome. Luigi, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Really appreciate it. As we take a last look there at the food, ooh, my stomach is growling.
It's not fair. Thanks, Luigi. I know, like, how do you pick what you're going to eat?
I don't know. I mean, like, that pasta, though, looks really good. But the meatball sub?
I don't know. You know me and my sweet tooth.
I know.
I was all over that tiramisu,
that
right?
looks great. That's breakfast. We could do that for breakfast.
Exactly.
It's got espresso in it.
Yeah, Brian, what do you want? You want some pasta? How are you loading up on carbs?
I will take it all, because keep in mind, we've been up, 6, 7, 8 hours now. We're ready for, lunch or dinner compared to breakfast. And if you're going to have any of those meals outside today, it's going to be a nice day for it, although a little more humid as we head throughout our day. But thunderstorms move in tomorrow. I'll break down when the rain moves into your neighborhood in your 4-1 forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
A decision, sort of, about the Michigan quarterback position. Plus, we'll talk Lions and a little Tigers next in sports.